live now?
Oh yeah. I was waiting so I could, introduce it. But anyway, now. So welcome to Eric Tries to Art Podcast, episode 101. This is the first one you'll be hearing after all three parts of the 100th episode spectacular have debuted. So for this one, I just figured we'd, lower expectations a little bit. And Rob Banks is back on. How's it going, Rob?
Hey, man. What's going on?
I don't know. I asked you.
I'm in Ohio for the week. I'm leaving on Tuesday.
Oh, you are? Oh, shit. So did you actually get hit by snow?
A little bit, but
Okay.
Well, not bad. It's not. But my sister made buffalo chicken dip, which is like the best shit ever.
That's true. So you're on the farm?
Buffalo chicken dip.
You're on the farm right now?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Your internet's even worse somehow here than in your squat house in L.A. You are on the farm, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And we have Corey Cohen. I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Corey, how's it going?
Good, man. Just dealing with the snow. No buffalo chicken dip, regrettably, but I'm hanging in there.
Nice. So what's new with you?
Rob, you first? Or you asking me or Rob?
Oh, no, fuck Rob. No, it's always to Corey. It's always to Corey.
Fuck you.
Not a ton. Doing a little festival in March, the Gilda's Laugh Fest, like a starter festival.
Oh, nice.
Trying to get a video that's a better than mediocre video together.
Yeah, you're gonna use a nicer cell phone for that one, right?
What? I don't know. I've been like paying some external mic and like a good sound setup. So I've had like the good set recorded.
Your internet keeps cutting out. I think it's because you're in a bathroom. But it looks nice in there. I don't know. It's probably not because you're in the bathroom. I just wanted to comment on that. What are those handlebars behind you? Yeah, those things.
These are. This is a chair. This is like an executive
chair. No, to your. All right, we're getting the shittiest Cribs episode, probably literally. No, I meant the thing to your left. There's something on your wall that looks to me like handlebars. Your other left, that one.
Oh, this?
Yeah. Oh, what is that? Is it a grabber?
It's like an old lady grabber.
Oh, okay.
For when I need to reach stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. All right. Well, that's awesome. You got that festival. I hope you get some decent film. Where is that?
It's in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Don't drink any water.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out if I want to drive there or fly there or what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Well, that's quite the decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 hours away, and I don't like. It seems like it would be way better to fly there. I just don't have the cash, so I'm gonna have to fly.
Yeah. I mean, that shit happens. Hopefully, eventually, you'll be able to just fly to those places. I don't know. It's always. Anytime I end up driving somewhere like a really long distance, it ends up like. I don't know what your work situation is, but like I find that I end up having to take more time off work to travel to and from. Then I might as well have just flown and made the money at work, kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I have vacation days, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's probably going to be a pain in the ass, especially because it's on a Monday. My show's on a Monday. So I'm going to probably have to take Monday and Tuesday off, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty sick that you got that opportunity. That's always awesome. And the fact that you're using it as a media opportunity to put out some content for you to have. Are you going to use it as content for you online, or is it more for like auditions or showcase type stuff?
Like auditions. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to record that set.
Oh, okay.
I have a couple other shows coming up that I'm trying to record. And then it's important to get a good video, and I think it's something that like... I don't know. For a while, I felt like uncomfortable while I was getting filmed, but now I feel pretty good about it. I think I have the right.
Are you saying you don't want to use this right here? You don't want to use this as your to send to agents and whatnot? This isn't the right representation.
Live from my bathroom. It was snowing.
Hey, how'd everybody get in the Yeah. All right, Rob, what's new with you, comedy-wise?
Yes, right now I'm gonna start trying to get a new job. I was waiting until I came here and then I'd go back to Los Angeles because I think I want to try to get a job at a comedy club just to be around that scene more.
Yeah.
So I was just waiting to get
Yeah,
back
dude.
because I can bartend, so I can have that to kind of like get me in the door as a job, and I can still like make money off of that.
That's pretty sick. I always found it and once you get off work, you can just hang. Like,
Yeah.
and
Right.
that's really cool. Yeah.
And it's
That's
like
really good. I always
you know,
Mhm.
what comic doesn't drink?
Yeah. That's true. You'll be
I'm a
everybody's favorite person. You get a little heavy hand going on. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Me, I'm more of a weed guy,
Dude,
but I can't do that right now.
well, until the weed bar, yeah, exactly, the weed bars open up. Well, that's like, dude, this is my trick for getting a bartender to be heavy-handed. Tiffany,
No, it's Erwin, man.
I know. Well aware. Anytime it says Tiffany, that Erwin's there.
That's not really
So Erwin,
Raz.
what the shit is going on behind you?
What do you mean? I still got the Christmas lights.
No, I can't see you. I'm talking about the sound.
I'm watching Sisters.
Oh, there we go. All right, turn that shit down.
Where do you...
All right. So, all right. Well, Erwin, we'll get to you in a second. No, I was just saying, like,
Sorry, I'm keeping this call.
my heavy-handed bartender tip is I always buy the first drink with cash, and I order like a mixed drink, something that I know they'll be pouring liquor into, where they have the power of how much alcohol I do or do not receive, and I'll always pay for that immediately and give them just a crazy huge tip. So then, throughout the night, when I go back to order that same drink or other liquor-based drinks, that they're like, "Oh, that's the guy who tips really well," as opposed to waiting until the end of the night to let them know and hope they remember me the next time I come back.
Right.
So usually, that first drink gets you in the door and gets you the heavy hand.
Dude,
I have found.
You don't think they like figure out that like you only have like $4 to tip after you don't give the tip like the next 2 times, like they haven't caught on.
Oh no,
That's
no! Then
still
you just open a tab. Second one, you open a tab.
Sometimes I tip on water.
like chasing it.
Yeah.
I'll tip on water. Get a beer. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, here, it's on the house."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. All right, Erwin, what is new with you in comedy or background acting or I don't know what all the other things that you do?
Well, just the other day I went I'm like doing shows, little small bars, so I get more time, more stage time. So I went to a little spot over here in the IE, but it's like up in the mountains. So I I was scared that I would get
Performing for
stuck
the
up
Hill
there.
Tribes?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's like the hills have eyes and stuff, you know. But it actually turned out pretty good. It was a pretty good set for me. And oh, dude, and I haven't performed like over 3 months, about 3 or 4 months.
Jesus. Yeah.
So I'm like, I forgot the nervousness that you get before you hit the stage when you're not drunk.
Yeah.
And
It's like a
Are
muscle
we-
to flex and stretch.
are we what? No, yeah.
Yeah.
So I threw up one night, and I had a great set though. It's
Nice.
like
Wait, was that you threw up from drinking or no?
no, it's just I got nervous.
Nerves. Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Wow, really? So would this be a good time to ask if you feel that your substance use started to calm your nerves and to keep you calm in social situations?
Well, yeah. Well, because these shows is not my own shows. I go in there and I just do my set and leave.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the crowd, so it's just kind of like the first 30 seconds. I'm kind of like, oh shit, like you have to get ready to swim,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Why weren't?
It's just different when it's not your show and you just go as like a invited guest, and it's like you just have to be ready to perform. So like usually you go up there, they're like, oh, since people don't know my name that much, usually they always make me go first. So it's like,
Yeah.
so
Well, that's not a
that's
bad
my.
spot.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
like
it's not the best, but it's better than last. Sorry, what's up,
No,
Corey?
I like to be the
I think
headliner,
like
man.
yeah. Well, like I'd rather go first and just I don't know. I just feel like so many times I'm just waiting till like 11 o'clock at night. So if someone asks me to go first, I'm just like, yeah, I'll do that.
I
Go
realize
home.
that the third spot is a sweet spot. Third
Yeah.
or
So it is for
second,
bands too, by the way,
Mm.
because
because you,
people are warmed up, but they're not sick of it. Like it's
yeah,
perfect.
exactly. It's like I feel like people are 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 trying to like get the wave of the comedy, and then they're like not, and then by the second comedian, you already know what works and what doesn't. So you come in as a
Yeah,
third
that's true.
comedian, you should already gotten all the responses from the crowd, and you should already be able to kill the crowd because you have to do the mistakes. You shouldn't repeat the mistakes that the other comedians did before you.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
here's a good question: is how many comics do you think are too many comics on a show?
As for me, I think six comics is more than enough. I think more than six is too many. As as my own experience.
How much time
Yeah.
has everybody
I
got?
agree.
Well, with
That's good
six,
time.
everyone could do 10 minutes or 10 to 12 minutes. If it depends on, like, let's say the show is an hour long or an hour and a half.
I think an hour and a half show is cutting it.
Too long.
Like that's normal. Like you don't want more than 90 minutes because people tend to tune out.
Right.
Yeah. Even 90 minutes, like toward the end of that, the crowd's losing it.
What was
You
it?
know.
At Flappers, they do, like, comics within an hour and a half time period. And you can tell, like, some of the audience members just, like around 8 or 9, they're just bored. They're just like, Jesus, how many more people are going to come up? You know?
Yeah.
And even, like,
Yeah,
it gets where, like, the headliner goes up and he's like, like, what happened? You know?
Who touched you?
Right.
Show me on the stool where the last comedian. Yeah. Well, okay, Erwin, why weren't you drinking at these Hill Tribe Mountain shows?
well, I'm trying to be more responsible.
Oh
And
shit! For what reason? Why are you throwing everything that I like about you away?
oh, because it's like no, I mean I drink. It's just I'm not drunk enough. Like I'll take a sip, like
Yeah.
or I'll take a beer
Right.
to set, but it's just because I guess it's probably because it's been a while since I've done it, and that rush, like
Yeah.
it's just that breaking that seal. I don't know. It felt good, man. It's not a
You
bad
wanted to
feeling
be in
to be,
control.
and it's good not to be in control in a way. So it was a good
That's
feeling.
interesting.
It was a good feeling.
See,
Like it
I
wasn't
got
that nervousness.
yeah. I did this with music a lot when I switched instruments from bass to guitar, and I was pretty much learning a much more complicated instrument, and I was playing in this band, and I used to drink a bunch more before we played because I'd get a little, the nerves would go away, I'd play smoother, I'd play more relaxed, and I wasn't a great guitar player anyway, so like me being buzzed or drunk would let me play a little bit better than I would if I were sober. But eventually, I just got better at guitar, and then one day it was like, oh, my drinking is making it worse because it puts a ceiling on how well you can perform. And I
Yeah.
found that happen with podcasting too. I'd get nervous trying to get all you assholes to talk and open up, and then eventually I was just like, oh, now I can stop drinking because I feel pretty comfortable like running a room of closed lips, soft talking people with poor internet connection.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people think they're better drunk, but are not. I mean, are some people that are the exception, maybe, but like, I don't know. I mean, I can do it when I'm not sober. Like one time I got really stoned and I told like a joke in like 5 minutes. I mean, my cadence is pretty slow anyway to begin
I can definitely. There are certain things
with.
when I write when I write, it's better with alcohol, I think, at first. Like, editing needs some sobriety, but, like, there are connections, and this is because, like, I don't know, I think it's, like, the superpower that is ADD. It's, like, it's a superpower because you make connections very quickly, and these connections on connections that you wouldn't normally make otherwise, but then you also get distracted, and you can't structure and be unfocused, and you get in your own head. And so when I drink, if it's that right balance, I can still make these really fast connections, but I don't get in my own head and kind of step on my own toes. And when I get that balance, I can write really well, but or perform well. But it has to be just right. That's the only time I can with the Alex.
See, I can't really perform at all under the influence. Like, I won't drink or smoke before I do. I don't really write when I'm, like, drunk. Sometimes I'll write when I'm drunk, but I really, like, if I get a beer, I'll be after I do my set.
Is your reward?
Yeah.
A little bit, but I try.
I can see you being very structured and reward-oriented. Where you're like, Rob, you're in the bathroom after. You did a good job today. You get a treat.
In my head, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I deserve a fucking beer. I'm gonna be here for 2 hours. Yeah, man. No, I tried to drink. I drank a beer once before I set. I like jokes, but I felt like the beer made me tell really shitty abortion jokes, and I was like, well, I'm never gonna do that again. But it's
the beer's fault. Yeah.
They're ones you didn't even write. They weren't even in your joke arsenal. You just had a beer and they just came out.
They were like jokes.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. So nice. So well, I wanted to. There were 2 things I wanted to talk about, like quick stories. So please jump on in. Obviously, as you're all comfortable doing. But the first one, I don't remember. I'm sure at least one of you was on when I mentioned the time a somewhat successful comic possibly took a tweet from me and then got a shit ton of retweets from it. Erwin, were you on that one when I explained that whole story?
I'm not. No, it doesn't
I saw it
sound.
on Twitter, but I don't remember.
Told me.
Yeah, either. What's up, Rob? I swear to God, swallow your food.
All
right. Well, so a quick recap is that a couple of times I've had people on Twitter, like, I'll post something and then even if it's not something particularly unique, I post things pretty quick after an event happens or whatever, and I've seen people, like, copy the same tweet, but they're people who, like, actually, you know what? I'll be more concise. I had, like, in this particular case, right after the at midnight, like, post for the whatever it is, the hashtag wars, post your thing for this topic. Like, a minute after it came up, I posted this thing. And then another dude, very successful comic, followed me, and then 1 minute later tweeted the exact same thing that I tweeted. And so in my head, I was like, that's probably parallel thinking. Why would somebody, follow me and then rip me off? That seems ridiculous. It seems very obvious. And so then I went to Reddit, and I just said, hey, I don't want to name any names, but I want to, so what do you do when this happens? Let's say you post a joke and somebody else posts a similar joke. Do you approach them? Do you just go, that's part of the game, and move on? Like, what do you do? And nobody answered my question. All anybody said was, who was it? Let's fucking get him. And I was like, that's not what I'm asking. I'm not trying to start a witch hunt. I just want that. So then I get a message from Steve Hostetter, I think is his name, the guy who, like, he just said, like, I run this group. We go after people who steal jokes. And so I said, so he's like, so he sent me a message. He was like, please tell me everything that happened. Give me screenshots. Give me this. Give me that. So then I sent him a message that was like, yeah, this is probably parallel thinking, but again, I'm not trying to go after somebody. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to get a response of what I should do in a situation like that. But I was like, but here's the screen caps. Here's the dude. And to be honest, though, I did kind of start to play into it a little bit because, like, I really wanted him to accept me into that Facebook group he kept talking about, and I was like, this might be a good connection. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll send you whatever you want. So then he sends me a message back that was basically like, your joke isn't unique. That was totally parallel thinking. A comedy club waitress could do that joke. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I told the story on the podcast because I ended up, before I got that message from him, I messaged the guy on Twitter who potentially took my tweet and said and just said, like, hey, it looks like you followed me. Oh no, this is what happened. He sent me a generic message after I said hey, and he sent me one that was like, thanks so much for following me. If you have a few minutes, go to this and buy my album. I was like, you fucking asshole. And then so later on, after all the Reddit people were egging me on, I'm gonna blame them. I don't care. I said, hey, it looks like you followed me, and then tweeted one of my jokes for #wars and got a lot of retweets and favorites on it. Is that what happened, or is this just a coincidence? And then here we go. Either way, I think you're really funny, and I'd love to have you on my podcast. Hit me up, because above all else, I'll sell myself out to have guests on the podcast. But anyway, so I do all that, and then the Steve Hofstetter thing happens, and then I tell the whole story on the podcast, and all of my guests reply, Eric, you're an idiot. You're in the wrong. I was like, all right, I thought so.
No, I was on your side.
You were on my side? Oh, thanks.
What?
That's right. I
Stole your tweet.
Wait, what?
I said he definitely stole your tweet. He definitely stole it.
And I appreciate you saying that. And either way, a million other people would have tweeted out the same thing 5 minutes later. I was just bummed about the timeliness. And also I was bummed because I got 0 retweets or favorites. I was like, God damn it. He didn't do it. So then after all the stuff happened with the podcast and Hofstetter, then I send the guy, a few weeks ago, I sent the guy who took the tweet, I sent him another message, and I said, hey man, I worded that poorly. I just wanted reassurance after seeing how well your tweet of the joke did. I know it was just parallel thinking. So then he sends me a message yesterday. Hey, thanks so much for all you... Wait, what happened?
This guy stole your tweet, but then you were just like, it seems pretty clear. Like he followed you and then unfollowed you. Why
because everybody else except for my good buddy Rob was basically like, there's no way that guy stole your tweet, and I was just like, you know what, fine. Also, like, and be like, you know what, I'll give somebody the benefit of the doubt, because I'd rather build a bridge than burn it. And so anyway, so I sent him that message, like apologizing basically, and just being like, hey, it was parallel thinking, I know that, blah blah blah. So then he sends me a message yesterday. Hey, thanks so much for all your support. Last month I had a startup company reach the goal of 1,000 followers. You should blah blah whatever it is, blah blah blah. Donate to my thing. And sends me a link to donate to his thing. and yeah, anyway. So I thought that was a nice close. This guy doesn't know who I am. He's not reading my messages. He just sent me a generic, whatever to all his followers.
All right, here's the problem with this. Could I?
Was the tweet like word for word the same tweet that you did?
So what? My joke was so. If you saw the joke, it was
was
so
it verbatim the same thing that you?
Yeah, but anybody else could come up with
the same.
Yeah, but it's a hashtag wars thing, so it's literally 3 words that some dumb pun that anybody else could have said. And by the way, if you do a search for it, there were plenty of other people. I was just angry because I did it first. And but yeah,
hey man, that's what matters.
Yeah, I know, but that's so
probably, he probably looked at the hashtag and then saw the hashtag feed and saw yours and was like, oh, that's a great one. I'll just repost that.
And that was something that pissed me off because that was something that pissed me off because his other tweets, he had a bunch of times where he bragged about getting on at midnight with his hashtag war things, and I just kept thinking like, is that what this guy does? He just trolls the hashtag and then posts the best ones. That's what I was thinking happened.
Well, you know what?
I look at it. I'll look at the other ones and see kind of what people are joking about and see where they're coming from, and then I'll be like, oh, these people are joking. That hashtag is favorite buffalo dip or favorite movie buffalo dip style.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And then I see all the movies they take, and I look for a movie that they didn't take, and you know what I mean? I don't look
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what normal people do. Yeah. Sorry, Erwin, what are you going to say? I know you're dying to say something.
Well, it
But
depends on how big
parallel
they.
thinking is like,
If they're big enough, they might have assistants that just troll for links and stuff, you know. And
So you had
like if you're,
25,000 followers.
that's how much he has.
Yeah.
That's nothing,
Yeah,
man.
he got
But
like over 1,000 retweets on this thing, and that's what like bummed me the fuck out. I was like, God damn it.
you know what? It's easier to steal than to be creative, man. Like if you come
Yeah,
up with
yeah.
something good, Eric, I'll steal from you right now.
Good. I hope you do. You know what? I take pride in that. Corey, what were you gonna say?
oh, well, I was just saying that that's not really parallel thinking. Like parallel thinking is like we both, me and Eric at the same time had this bit where like girls like riding on horses. You know, like it's not like I steal Eric's tweet verbatim to three-word phrase at the same time. Like
Yeah,
that's not parallel
yeah, I
thinking.
guess. I just don't want to. I agree. I just don't want to say it out loud, so I can have plausible
Yeah.
deniability.
Yeah,
When,
but you
Yeah, I
you
mean
don't want
that's
this guy
fine.
to become Amy Schumer, man.
oh yeah, you've
Yeah,
been. Do we actually think? I don't know.
What do you mean? It's like there's
she's
proof out
falling.
there
Yeah,
that she.
that's true. Well, that whole. You know what? You know what fucks me up now is the that episode of Louis where he had Dane Cook come on and they both, as themselves, kind of talked over their situation, and they both made such great points that like even like yeah, she definitely stole some jokes, but I almost feel like I could totally understand how that can happen without malicious intent. And that point that Dane, well, here's the frustrating thing: is in the show, Dane makes the point of, I have 4 hours of material that kills. Why do I need to risk my reputation by taking 3 minutes of yours?
Amy Schumer doesn't.
Well, just because you don't like her brand
Yeah.
of.
No,
Well, no,
she doesn't.
Amy doesn't write her own jokes. What's his name? Right.
Mark Normand helps on his show.
A big teeth Mark Norman, yeah,
I
man.
love Mark Normand so
I
much.
forget his name. There's a guy that the guy that opened for HBO special.
She's just a face, man. Like she's like
David
Kevin
Tell.
Hart.
David Tell writes her material.
Do we know this for sure, or is this just conjecture?
This is what's been going around the industry. I
Who
got
the?
inside scoop.
These are like word in the streets type of thing, you know? Like,
Oh, yeah,
I also
we're
heard
on the,
that
we're on the streets.
John
What? At your bringer
John
shows,
Apatow
these
wrote
are
a
what
movie.
people are talking about.
No,
John
but,
Apatow
like-
wrote a movie too.
We're on the
Alright.
streets.
That's what I heard on
But-
the streets. Don't tell TMZ.
Alright.
No.
like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't hear this from me.
Pretty sure I only heard it from you.
my reputation.
My reputation, like my brand,
Your
my personal brand is gonna be hit by this if it gets through the wrong ears, man. Like, like me and Rob got fans, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, man, don't be quoting me.
What
on
was
that
interesting
video.
is like I can't tell when people's like lips are moving because the
It's delayed.
internet speed is so slow that I don't know when I'm just like interrupting people. But like
Yeah, no, Corey, you're good. I'll interrupt you anytime it cuts out. But yeah, your internet is bad. It is. It's a bad thing.
yeah.
I think mine bad too. I think it is.
No, yours is actually pretty good. It was worse earlier. Rob, what are your fans called? The bank robbers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your last
That's a
name
great
actually
idea,
Banks?
thanks.
Because that's
Yeah.
lunacy. I can't
Robert,
have a hard time believing that, but I believe it. And Erwin, what are your followers? I don't know. What are your followers called?
My fellow immigrants.
Jesus, my fellow immigrants. Well, that's clever. Are you actually an
The
immigrant, or were you
Mongols.
born here?
I can't talk about this without my lawyer present.
You. The thing is, yeah, all right, fine.
No, you
How's your
know what?
Kickstarter going now?
The only reason that I'm telling you this about the parallel thinking, I agree with you on certain extent, because I have a friend that we've done a show together, and then I made some jokes about the Oscars and stuff like that, and then he wrote the same joke like, "Oh, how come Mexicans are not mad because it's named after them or something like that?" You know, about the
That's
so
funny.
so like I wrote the joke like days ahead. I put it on Twitter and I put it on my own Facebook page, and then like a couple of days later, he rewarded the joke like same premise, same joke, just said in a different context. Like if I'm Louis, like let's say I'm Louis, I'll be pissed off because like I said it first, and then you were there, and only because you said it differently doesn't mean it's not the same joke. It's not the same premise. So it's
Yeah.
like, huh?
Yeah. Well, what's
So
interesting about Schumer is like I think that the people really think that she stole their jokes, and then they kind of backed away because like their publicist was like, "This is bad for your career to just like Amy Schumer."
You'd rather have someone in power help you if you can than fuck with them.
well,
Rather than
Yeah.
Amy
it's
Schumer's not
goodwill.
helping anybody. She's like she's stealing jokes from like 1990s and like repolishing them and making it seem like they're brand new. Like she's going antique shopping for jokes, man.
I get it, whatever. I want to talk about me some more.
Hey, wait, I want to put this out there. I saw
Yeah,
the
put it out there.
Cummings special on HBO. It wasn't
Yeah?
that good.
You don't like it? I recorded it. I haven't seen it yet. Is that
Disclaimer.
it? You just want to shit on her special.
Disclaimer: she stole Patrice O'Neal's joke.
Well, that was.
Yeah, that's
He
clear.
even
She,
said
like,
that was
modeled-
just street jokes.
Yeah, that was so modeled
Yeah,
after
but
exactly.
it's a street joke, but he
Street
said it
joke.
first.
Yeah, but they both heard it from the streets. Come on, Erwin.
They don't run.
We know
the
that
same
everything you hear from the
come on.
streets is real.
Yeah, like me and Pryor both have a bit about how like I
It doesn't
grew
matter
up
now.
in
It's gone.
Saloon.
Rob, you just stepped on it. That was actually that might have been better than whatever joke you were going to say, Corey. Yeah, me and Pryor have a bit about.
Yeah, our parents
Also-
were both prostitutes and we're both black.
Yeah, it's parallel thinking. You guys just had the similar life, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, if you happen to have the same life, then like kudos to you. But like that's why I think that when you speak about your own life experiences, nobody could take that away from you. Like nobody could steal these jokes, like because
Yeah.
it's your own life. Like for instance, Eric, you're you're a musician. Like when you write about your own personal experience, it tends to put a little bit more, I don't know, more effect to your songs and
It's like
more
more
originality. Yeah, there you go. That's
more
the word.
relatable.
Well, with music especially. Okay, well let's look at it this way. The other side of that coin is that the more specific it is to you and as more original it is to you, the less relatable it is to other people. And unless you have an incredibly interesting and unique story, when music, even in music sometimes it's not enough, it's not worth listening to. It's more when you're relating to it, and it has to be like, that's one thing I learned about lyrics is if you can't make something extremely interesting, you have to make it vague and relatable and simple. To the point where if you
Yeah.
really listen to like, I started noticing whenever. I'm sorry, what?
Is that luckily I don't have that problem. I'm a very interesting person. I'm like, all right.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Nobody else ever bought a prostitute from Groupon.
And you
Are
were
you
the
in the
guy
bathroom?
who. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And you,
At least
you were the
take the
guy
little,
who,
take the towel down at least, man. It's like-
What?
This isn't the nicest part of my apartment, so.
Damn, I don't want to see the.
Damn it. But seriously though, you were the guy who I heard you had that bit where you set your hair on fire trying to light a crack pipe on your stove. That was you. That was your bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting life.
I'm always
I believe
smoking
it. And it was
crack.
good. Yeah. And the racial boundaries that you broke down 40 years ago were just amazing. Way ahead of your time, I thought.
Yeah. I grew up in a saloon in an underground alcohol house in Harlem, and my mom fucked dudes for money.
That's just you and Pryor. It's just the similarities are unbelievable. Like I can't.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
yeah.
over some fire bits. I would try to do more of this little bit here, but I don't even know.
That's okay. That's okay. I was gonna move on too. But yeah, and all those purple onions you used to grow on your prostitute farm in Harlem. So the other thing that I had this week was I finally got. Did any of you guys read The Hard Times, which is The Onion but for like music?
I've seen it a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Nah.
I know
Clickbait.
you haven't, Tiffany.
I don't believe in clickbait.
I read,
It ain't clickbait. It is classy journalism. Well, I've been in their like online writers room, like doing pitches for the last couple months, and I finally got something on. And then this is a site that gets an unreal amount of hits per day, like unfucking real. It's an extremely popular site. Jonah Ray just tweeted about us. It's really not a big deal. And by that I mean it's really not a big deal.
then why would you say it?
What?
It's not a big deal. You know, I just scored 4 touchdowns in a high school football
all right,
game.
Erwin.
It's not a big deal.
Erwin, you and I. It's just you and me right now. Erwin, let me tell you something about jokes.
And I got drafted by the Patriots. It's not a big deal, though. No.
It's not a yeah. Thank you, Rob. For wait, Rob, is your last name Gronkowski? Holy shit! I knew that was you. Zoom out.
Yeah,
I thought you weighed like a buck
I'm
instead.
injured right now, so I've just been, taking some time off.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm sorry about today, but I'm pretty sure your party bus full of Las Vegas hookers. Oh, dude, Rob Gronkowski. One of my favorite things is there was a picture forever ago of Gronk and Johnny Manziel partying in Vegas. There's all these girls around them. I forget if it's the picture. In the picture, Johnny Manziel's either looks like he's doing coke or he's like just taking shots or something. And everyone focused on Johnny Football in that picture because it was before he started his first year, and everyone was like, "See, we told you this guy's going to be a complete train wreck." And everyone focused on that picture because of what he was doing. But I feel like they missed the best part of the picture, which is Gronk in the background with like 2 girls and like a bottle of liquor or something, and he's looking at Johnny Manziel like, you can't hang. And it just goes to show that whatever everyone was flipping out over Johnny Football, like getting fucked up in Vegas, no one blinked an eye at Gronk. Because like he can handle himself. That dude can do all the same shit as any other lunatic, and he's gonna be fine.
He puts points on the board. He's allowed to.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. They're just
athletes. Those are my favorite that just like get fucked up. Like Josh Gordon failed like 6 drug tests and he still gets like all these touchdowns.
Josh Gordon is such an anomaly. He during his suspensions, he would like work as a car salesman because he had the money to not really like need a high-paying job to live his normal lifestyle. And he's like, yeah, I'm just learning business, taking business classes, learning how to open up my own store. I like cars. Maybe I could buy some like when all this football stuff is done. The dude, like, I love it. Yeah, I love that guy. So I put up this article that got like I don't have the exact numbers, but of views, but it's a lot like social media shares.
You know you
I don't.
do, right?
If I had the numbers, I would be bragging left and right. But I have what's called hack.
But it's no big deal.
It's really not. It's really not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. 2,400 shares on Facebook. 4,500 shares on social media combined. It's not a big deal. No. Anyway.
Cool.
Well, it is. It's the
it is
site,
fucking
though.
cool,
Site,
man.
I know, it's really awesome. The site is what generates the traffic, but if you fuck up, like the site is almost flawless. Like they haven't had an article miss. And so I was like, don't be the one that misses. Don't be the dud. And it did well. And it was really cool because I got to see a lot of feedback on it. And I was like, this is really fucking awesome. And so here's the thing, though. I'm like, so that was published, I guess, on Friday morning. And I'm just fist pumping all day. I'm just like, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm so excited. I finally published something like, because I used to submit to Cracked, and I was in their writer's room, and I got a couple articles really close to the end, and then it just fell apart. And because I sucked and wouldn't do the work, honestly. But anyway, And I finally got something on like a real like publication, and it did pretty well. And so I'm pumped. And then all of a sudden, and in the article, it's a satire article making fun of like a hypocritical show promoter, and the guy promotes a specific type of punk music. And because I'm from Baltimore, I put Baltimore as the location of where it's happening. And the name, I made up a name. I said Chris Lois, which was like the third name I came up with because the first two, they were like, I think that's an actual name. You should change it. So then I get a message.
Right.
What's up?
Oh, I'm just saying, yeah.
Okay. So then I get a message, like, towards the end of the day from a dude named Justin Lois. And I'm like, why do I know that? Oh, fuck me. So it's a dude, the last name, not the first, obviously, but the last name, when I was making up this fake name, was a name I had buried deep in my brain, because this dude he was in a punk band back when I was in high school. And so his name was so prevalent in the punk scene that when I thought of punk Baltimore, what's a name, this very unique name from my past popped up. So I put it in,
right.
And he was like, and it turns out this dude graduates from high school, moves to Baltimore, and starts promoting the same genre of punk shows that the guy I was making fun of in my article promotes. And he was like, are you trying to just fuck with me? And I was like, nope, forgot you existed, didn't know that you were still here or that you were doing that. And it's just like, I cannot do a goddamn thing without accidentally pissing somebody off. And I don't know why. I can't understand it. But I felt so bad. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like an asshole at first, not on purpose. But I was like, oh, because I was like, oh, is that guy from that band years ago? And I was like, oh, I hope you like the article. You're welcome for the I guess it was like a subliminal shout out. I didn't even realize it.
You know how people have limitless moments? Was that your limitless moment?
Well,
but it was connected with dudes.
Yeah, pretty much. But dude, it was and I felt so bad because like I need to ask him if he'll come on the podcast because I'm sure he's got an interesting story, but like but so then so then I'm looking at that, I'm just like I'm like, holy shit, if I actually knew him and I had been to his shows, like this looks like I'm just like ripping on what the guy does. And dude, the article was written like 3 months before I put the name in. And I felt so bad. And he was like, no, it's cool. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like somebody I knew who was trying to like fuck with me. So that's all good. But like, damn, I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
Dude, that's not how to act, bro.
What?
You're a bad punk rocker.
I know.
That's so corporate.
That's so What to not be a dick, to apologize when you accidentally did something wrong.
Punks don't apologize.
Man, put his name out there like that, dude.
Yeah, I was snitching. Although, what's funny is like, because when I went to he friended me on Facebook, and then he unfriended me right after I like apologized and he forgave, and then he unfriended me. And I think I found why, because his profile's still public, and there was a whole thread where they were kind of like, is this about you? Like, his friends. Like, there were people who actually thought, based on the things it was about him. Anyway. But yeah, dude, so there's another article I wrote for the site that hopefully will go up next week, unless I fucked up the second draft as bad as I fucked up the first draft. Then where I made up another name, and I'm just terrified of whose name that's going to be. Or,
it better not be like Erwin Portillo and be like, oh, I don't even know.
Or, you know what, part of me wants to double down and start naming other people that I remember from the Baltimore scene, and then just, like, have 10 different people, like, just going, like, I'm pretty sure you're naming us, you asshole. I don't think it's an accident.
I use real first names when I'm on stage a lot. I think these are just like makes me buy into it more. I don't know. It might get me in trouble.
I use real names all the time.
I think real first names is fine. I think where I fucked up was I accidentally came up with a real last name that was like unique. Because he pointed out, he goes, "You used my." Before I responded to him, he said, I know it. You had to have used mine because it's a show promoter from Baltimore, and he's like, and it's my very unique last name. And I was like, so now I'm only using common first and last names. No, nothing. I'm never having that happen again.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
don't use no Portillos, no Banks.
You can use my name. I don't give a shit.
4,500.
I will. You know what, Rob? I will. That's what I want to do. Is I kind of want. No, what? What's up?
Oh, credit me. Story.
Oh yeah. Well,
Something.
that's what I want. Yeah. Yeah. What would your Onion headline article be, Rob? Would be I don't know. No, it'd be it's not bad.
No. It would be fuck them till they die.
Oh, they die. Dude, I cannot believe I did a podcast about literally everything else that fall, but I didn't do one on the South Park season because I didn't realize how perfect it was going to be until like 6 episodes in, and by then it just was what it was. I wasn't meant to redo 6 episodes and pretend like I hadn't seen them yet. All right, well, before we wrap up, does anybody have any other stories or interesting shit they want to talk about?
Yeah, I was gonna say, as long as we're bragging about stuff, like Eric is,
Listen, I said it was no big deal. That should let you all know.
Too, where I tweeted, "Do you guys think Rita Repulsa fucked Lord Zed, or did they keep? I got 2 biggies."
Wait, so you gotta say that again. Your shit cuts out. It's interesting. What was that?
So I made like a Power Rangers joke on Twitter. It was like, "Do you guys think Rita Repulsa fucked Lord Zed, or did they keep it professional?"
Or they keep it professional. And how'd that do?
So it was kind of 2 faves.
Oh, 2. I'm seeing. Hey, guess what? Guess what, Corey? Now you got 3. You're welcome.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
Hey, man. Hey, a little snowball can become an avalanche,
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's beautiful. I love your Twitter, and I love your pictures, and yeah, all you assholes got better looking since your social media photos. Because I'm looking at you right now, buddy, and you look better on this screen, definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. The backdrop.
Yeah, the bathroom makes it's like I feel like I could, bang you if I wanted to. I'm already in your bathroom. Rob, you look better. Although you shaved your facial hair.
Are you in the shitter?
Oh, no.
Like, are you in the John right now? Like, because you haven't put like the phone down. Like, we can only see you waist up. Like, that's the best seat in the house.
I feel like I'm in a chair. You can still waist up. There's a toilet over there.
No, turn it back on, because that's yeah. Turn it back on. Yeah. Can we get a quick? Can we get a quick run?
Oh man. Oh dude.
All right.
I'm not going to Vegas no more. I keep losing my life every day. Every time I go up there, like gambling is no bueno.
Yeah.
What did you gamble on?
I gamble on everything, dude.
His
I gambled on
his career, everything.
My career, like everything. My receding hairline, like.
What's the bad bet that you made like recently?
The bad bet?
Roulette ball that fell on red,
Yeah.
and you bet on black, and everything just went down.
Oh, dude, and landed on
God
green.
damn
Like,
it.
I bet on both, and it lands on green. Like, dude, it's like.
And that girl didn't get the abortion. Fuck me. Ah.
No, that's my problem. She fucked me.
All right. Well, yeah. What's your games? What's your games when you won't ever gamble again? When you never do that again? What games are you gonna play?
What do you like to lose to?
I like to lose to blackjack. I guess you could play fantasy football in Vegas. You could say how many yards you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun.
That's pretty sweet.
And terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
Dude, everything. I even gambled my friend that he wouldn't eat all his food.
Nice.
And I lost on that too.
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
Yeah, I'll bet you
I was trying.
you eat this cheeseburger, and then you do eat the cheeseburger, and then you win $100.
That's a good bet.
Yeah, like well, he got man. I'm telling
Did
you.
you, Erwin? Did you
Terrible.
take in shows while you were there? Take in any shows?
No.
No.
Do
When
I
I was
look
in
like I have a
Vegas, I bet on
dress?
Okay. Any private shows?
No, because like I said, if I was winning something, maybe I could have gotten more. But when
Yeah.
you start losing, it's like I usually win to get into the clubs. It didn't happen this time.
Yeah.
I bet
So I love that.
on preseason football out there in WNBA. I was there like a year and a half ago, and I lost like $400.
I lost my shirt on WNBA bets. You bet the over, and it was at like 12.
Well, it was Phoenix Mercury. They were like having a really great season, but then they already had like their playoff spot like locked up. So I bet them on the money line, and they were a heavy favorite, and they lost. And then I also lost on the Jacksonville Jaguars preseason.
You bet on the Jackson. You thought
Like
that?
betting on preseason is so you like there's no strategy.
Yeah, betting on the preseason is the funniest thing. Next year for some of my fantasy football leagues, I think I'm going to try to institute the way we pick draft order is by doing pick'ems on the preseason games, and the like place that you come in of all 12 people, like that's your draft spot of how well you did picking preseason games. I think that'd be
That
fun.
sucks.
That sucks.
Jaguars did win with the points, but I took them outright.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I bet with the points, they would have won. Like I
Yeah.
could have won if I didn't lose.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
If you
man.
didn't lose, you would've won.
I lost big money with the Seahawks and the stupid Panthers. It was supposed to be a defensive game. God damn
Yeah,
it!
you fucked up.
Like,
All right, well,
what
guys.
happened to the
sorry.
two best defenses, man?
Yeah, nothing. All right, so guys, let's do plugs and get the shit out of here. So Erwin, give us your plugs, then Rob, then Corey.
My play. I actually am doing a show tomorrow. Well, it won't. I don't think you'll be posting this before that.
It'll be on YouTube if you want to share the YouTube link. Oh, by the way, feel free. Right after we do these, the YouTube links are there for you to share. And I put them on the site and iTunes usually a week or so later. But you can always share the YouTube link if you want to get it out right away.
Well, the only plug is like just look me up, Erwin Portillo. You could Google me.
Your record's there. Just California case search history. You can find your upcoming dates, court dates.
Everything.
My name's Rob Banks. I just finished watching Mad Max. It was pretty good. But no, follow me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Comic Rob Banks, and you go to my website, robbankscomedy.com, to check out on the latest.
Yeah, Rob's got a great podcast, and
Dun dun dun.
and I was on it once. It was pretty sweet. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Thank you for having me.
And it's called The
Always a
Bank
pleasure.
Heist, right? Bank Heist? Banks Heights?
Banks
I can't-
Heist. Banks Heist.
Yeah. All right, sweet. Corey, give us your plugs.
Just follow me on Twitter at Corey COREYD Cohen, and anybody that's going to be in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area on Monday, March 14th, come check me out at the Gilda's Laugh Fest. All you Michiganders that listen to the first podcast.
There's actually a couple because I talk about ska a lot on the music ones, and there's a big ska scene in Michigan.
Oh, I don't want those people to come though. They sound
Okay, never mind. You don't want any skanks and circle pits in the front row?
Yeah, they can come. They can come. Just kidding, guys. Please come. Just kidding. Sorry, ska community. I'm so sorry. Please come.
I'm boycotting your show, Corey.
Awesome. Well, you can find this podcast and many more at erictries2hard.com, the Eric Tries Too Hard Podcast Network on iTunes, Eric Tries Too Hard on, YouTube, and, I just put out an album of acoustic punk covers on Bandcamp, Eric Tries Too Hard, and follow me on Twitter at Eric Tries. All right, so thank you guys so much for coming on, and I will catch you all very soon. Good luck on all your future shows, and we'll talk soon.
All right, thanks.
See ya.
Man.